highlighting some Birkins today. So whilst we're highlighting those Birkins, you can shop today, and they're always going to be a feature of some bags in these shows. And of course, you will be in the draw for an all-diamond tennis bracelet for any of those that purchase any of the featured items in our shows. So it is a 7-part series. This is number 2, part 2 of an episode. And so today it's all about Birkins, everything about Birkins. And so welcome those that are joining right now. So we'll be talking about the Birkin, the history of Birkins, the leather of Birkins, the sizes, everything about Birkins. I think it's really important. These Hermès shows are more of an education, training, understanding of these bags that you may see as being, dream bags or not accessible, but of course, Luxury Promise, enable and help us to be able to achieve these dreams. So a lot of people are joining in at the moment.
Okay, so I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, so like what Trudy was saying, right? Today it was a very sad day. I think it's going to be we are going to be quite sad for quite some time, right? Because of the iconic, the passing of an icon for sure, right? So it's so weird. We didn't have this planned at all, right? So
no, and I think when we got that news overnight, it was a bit of a wow, like how ironic we had this planned in the making for weeks, and the news when we're specifically talking about Birkins, and then the news overnight, it was just amazing. Yeah. Susie, I will be able to respond to that. I have brought some of my Birkins in today, so I will be able to respond to that during the show. And hi, Nilsa.
Hi, Nilsa. Thanks for joining us, guys. Yes, so today we are going to go on about Birkin sizes, right? So what's a better way than to have somebody who is a user herself? User, that sounds very weird, but yeah, we are addicted. We are addicts in, in one form or another, I guess. So yes, we are users. For sure. Yes, so.
Well, I think it's nice when we're talking about, these shows. I think it's really quite important that from experience, but also, we see these bags day in, day out. We see the use, we see the leathers that comes in, the rarity of them. And so you're talking to people that not only use them, but also are seeing them day in, day out. And sometimes we get the wow Birkins, and we're able to show these on the show, which is just incredible. Like some of the bags, when we go wow, it's like incredible.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, self-help group, Susie. Yes, absolutely. So feel free throughout the show. Feel free to ask questions. Ask us questions. We may not be able to answer straight away because it might be part of the show. But we will come to it. So it is a 2-hour show, everything about Birkin. So I am going to hand over to Yen. I think it's, the news that we got overnight. So you can imagine, yes. I think it would be important to pay a tribute to Jane Birkin herself. Yeah. So I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you. So Susie, this is one self-help group that we are not looking forward to kicking the habit for sure. We are looking to expand the collection. Right, so this is a very the Birkin bag is a very, very iconic bag, as you guys know. So it was conceived, the whole bag bag is conceived during a flight, right? Flights from I think it's Paris to London, if I'm not wrong, because Jane Birkin is from London. Yeah, but she's a very established French singer actress. So can you guys guess what is the color of the first Birkin? It was made in 1984. I remembered because I was 4 that year, so I remember it very clearly. 1984. So can you guys guess what is the first color of the Birkin? What is the first Birkin? The first Birkins. The color of the first Birkin. Can you guys guess this? Do you know? Yes. Yeah, Susie knows her stuff. Yes, it's black. It's black, and I would have thought palladium hardware, but it seems like it's a black gold hardware piece, right? Which is why maybe it's so iconic. It's in it was in black box, so you guys know like how wonderful that leather is. So it aged very well. So that's one. And well, it wasn't stated, but if you look closely at the picture, right, I thought I saw hooks for straps, which is amazing, right? It's I don't know why in the end the original I mean after it went into production, I don't think it ever had a strap. In fact, Hermès didn't produce anything with straps for Birkins, if you realize at all. Right, there was no option given. There was no, even if you want special order, or even they it's sort of like frowned upon, like not openly frowned upon, but when people have like those additional accessories to clip on and things like that, they don't encourage it. So not sure why, right? So that is the iconic first Birkin. It was a size 35, which is well, still very, very popular now, right? So there you go. That is more or less the history of Birkin, our very first Birkin.
And unfortunately, she was quite young, wasn't she? So it was only 76 when she passed on the weekends.
That's right.
Yeah, so
but she has already had a series of health issues, I guess. I think, right? Stroke recently and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Back to you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So now talking about Birkins, so when you said it was in box leather, the very first Birkin, which I find quite interesting that it would have been in box, which means then the guy from Hermès, and I can't think of his name right now, his last name was Dumas, right?
Yes, Dumas, yes.
Yes, so it was interesting that he picked box, because box is a leather that we see is quite delicate compared to the other leathers. So then I wonder whether or not the way it was designed as being the first Birkin, that he actually wanted it to patina over time and be a lot more that used patina look, and where in today's world of using box, it was we're quite precious about it and careful about it. So it conflicts in my head that the fact that he used box, but in today's usage we're quite careful with it. And in Paris and in London it rains a lot, so to have a box bag, I'm like, okay, so I wonder what his logic and his thinking was when he designed this bag for Jane, the very first bag.
Yeah, but box has always been a really, really popular leather, right? It's always available even till today. Yeah, it's one of the most iconic leathers that they have. Like, well, it's used to make the first Birkin. So it's a testament to how good the quality of the leather is, I think, right? So even though it's a delicate leather, like what you said, but it's so lasting. It's a heritage leather that is being passed down from generations to generations. The patina that it gets is very different from individual to individual, if you realize that, right? So if I were to use it and if you were to use it, the color will be different. It really depends on your body, your body oil, to be exact, right? The kind of care you take, or even like the amount. I do see a lot of like reselling throughout the years. Sometimes you know who uses a lot of hand cream, right? Who actually, you know, that kind of thing, it really does show, especially on the leather itself, the openings, the handles, you can tell. So that's one thing that's why generally most people like to put twillies, because of that, to protect the handles, etc. Yeah, but that box is really a good leather. Now if you look closely at the very first Birkin that is made, right, there are wears around the corners, there is a little bit of scuffing here and there. It was white, it was already white on some parts of the piping, but yet this is a vintage, like a true vintage piece that well, is going to be passed down. And it's so what do you call that, it's so it's such a collector's item right now, and you know, it's going to last you for a long time.
Yeah. And what was quite interesting, I was at a family lunch yesterday for my sister's birthday, and my sister, one of her friends went up to her and said, I think I saw your sister during the week. And she said, oh, why do you say that? And, you know, we look very similar, and my sister said, so describe my sister to me. And the first thing he said was, she was carrying a Birkin. Then it was the glasses. It wasn't anything else. It was the Birkin that came first. And of course my sister said, well, I don't think that many people carry Birkins for work every day, so I suspect it's my sister.
For sure. Now you're an icon as well. Yes.
Right. So if there's anybody that has questions, please ask. We may not be answered. Well, we may take note of the questions and we'll answer it throughout the show, because there'll be lots of conversations around the Birkin anyway. So we did speak about leathers last week, so perhaps let's just talk about the leathers of that you've seen in Birkins, and maybe some of I can tell you about the Trudicon that I sold on one of my shows just recently, but maybe if you want to talk about the leathers that are commonly used in the variety of Birkin sizes.
Wow, this is a very tough question because this is literally a topic that you can go on for a long time, because it's one of the first most famous bag in the world actually. So this bag, even everybody knows about the Birkin. So it literally came in all different sorts of leathers. Anything that you can think of, it has been made into a Birkin before, right? It just depends on the sizes, right? So most of the time, we have gone through some, like the bigger sizes, the bigger bags. I'm going to show you a few. All these bags that we are showing today. Hi Garnet. Garnet is on our Instagram. So
hi Garnet.
So I'm going to show you a few bags, and these bags are all up on our website right now. So I'm actually moderating and pinning up the items as well. So I'm going to show you a few, and I'm going to pick the rare one, of course. Now this we have seen before, right? And this is not going to be with us for long. We're going to say goodbye to it today, right? So this is the chef leather piece. Now this is a very rare leather that you see on a 35. So this is the Birkin 35 that I have with me, right? So one of the most popular sizes. This is literally the size that the first Birkin is made in a 35. So this is how popular it is, right? So for a long time, 35 is one of the sizes that is the most coveted, but recently it's becoming the 30 and then the 32, but 35 is coming back again. So fashion is always a full cycle, right? So nowadays it's very difficult to find chef leather in such big pieces, okay? And so personally, I collect the 35 that I kept was a Trois Birkin, a Trois Burania Birkin. That's my 35. That's one that I kept, and I really love it. So we have this kind of leather, or like the Trois, which is very seldom seen. It's a little bit rare nowadays, right? No longer produced in this size. So for the chef leather, nowadays you only see it in like 25 rather than 35. Even 30s is very hard to come by in chef leather. And of course you have the most popular leather when it comes to the bigger bags, like the 35. You have the Togo leather, right? Togo leather is one of the most durable leather. That is a good cross between Clermont's and in between Clermont's and Epsom leather. So this is like in between weight, but then still has the durability of Clermont's leather. So generally Togo is a very popular leather for like a size 35, right? So we do see a lot of Clermont's leather. Clermont's leather is I realized that for Clermont's leather, it depends on the color more than the sizing itself, right? So there are some colors that specifically is exclusive to Clermont's leather, right? Like one of it is white. You usually see a lot of whites in Clermont's, right, rather than Swift or Epsom. You do see them, but then it's a little bit more rare, right? I've never really seen white in Swift, for sure.
No, right? No.
Yeah, so for Swift leather, like the softer leathers or the shinier leathers, it's almost reserved for Birkin 35s, Birkin 25s, or even smaller kind of bags, right? You will see them in Swift, or you will see them in like a little bit more softer leathers, right? Hermès is willing to explore softer leather, more luxurious leathers for the smaller bags. Well, because these are usually used in the evenings, or you know, they actually hold up. They don't need that much structure because they are so small, right? That you do not need. It wouldn't slouch that much. So that's where Hermès starts playing with the different leathers, different colors for all these kind of bags. That's what I feel about the different leathers being used in the different sizes. And what is your experience? What do you think? What is your experience with the bags? So Jacqueline is asking, do you prefer Togo or Clermont's, and why? For me, I don't mind Togo or Clermont's. I really don't. But to me, the graining matters, right? Personally, for Clermont's, I don't like too wide a grain. So there are Clermont's leathers that are thick but yet slightly finer in grain, right? And for me, it's more about the graining, more about the color rather than the leather itself. Because I have faith in all of Hermès's leathers, right? And I love the Epsom, as you guys know. So what do you think? What is your, if you were to pick between Togo and Clermont's, what would you pick, Trudy? Out of curiosity.
So I don't mind either way as well. It's more about the colour. So I don't really. Clermont's and Togo are somewhat so close in their leathers that when you have it on its own anyway, you can't. It's very hard to tell. So I think it's more around the colour, you know. And I love my colours. So if there's a particular colour that I'm looking for, the leather will be secondary to that.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Now, I'm just going to see Clarice. I've also got the website going in the background so I can see if there's any questions. I can see, hi, Clarice. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but she's just asking what size would you recommend as a first Birkin. So can I answer that for you?
Of course.
Just from experience.
Let me tap it out for you.
So the first, my very first Birkin was a Birkin 30. Now I was privileged to be able to purchase a full set, but pre-loved Birkin 30 because a friend no longer wanted it. So that was when the introduction came. If I hadn't had someone who wanted to let it go, and since then, my love for a Birkin 35 a Birkin 35 for a number of reasons. Firstly, I think that from a price perspective, you can get some amazing condition bags for the prices of a Birkin 35. Now, when you can pick up a Birkin at almost at a retail price and you're not paying a premium for these bags, it means then you're likely to use it more and not feel so precious about the bags. Because I feel like if you're going to spend a premium, you're going to leave it in its box and you're not going to use it. Whereas I feel like a Birkin 35 at the price, which is they're very close to retail in the pre-love market, and the amazing opportunity to be able to purchase these, I feel like you would just use it. Now, I use a 35 every day. Now, it's because it's my go-to. You can fit so much. It's almost like the size of a tote. You know, you guys, a lot of people use the Neverfull tote as their everyday bag. For me, a Birkin 35 is the equivalent to a tote bag.
I second that.
Yeah. So hopefully, Clarice, I've been able to answer your question for you, only from personal experience.
So for me, right, because bags is not just my passion, but it's also something that is a livelihood for me for like the past decade or so, right? So for me, I always look at bags in the perspective of a reseller. I cannot change that, right? But so it started out for me as a, like what Trudy said, value. So for me, the value of Birkin 35 just makes sense, right? Because it's something which I know I will use, right? And also because I know resale value wise, it will always make sense, because you buy it in at a good price, right? At well, it depends. You have to time the market. So sometimes you see good deals, and they are going to be mostly in like 35s. So and if you know it's functional and you know you're going to use it often, just go for it. I would think that is the best way to gauge which is the best size for you. So I learned it the hard way, because I like bags that are either very small or very big. I had a 30. I had a Birkin 30, which I didn't really use, which was why I decided to part with it, because lifestyle wise, and you find yourself always going towards the 35. You use it more often, or then, you know, in the evening or during like out with the girls, you go for the 25s, and then you realize that the 30 is just sitting there sometimes. So lifestyle depends on that, but I second you. I think 35 would be a great starter.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
And it's quite interesting you say that. So I feel the same. I feel like a Birkin 30 is that in-between size, and you're either going to go either way. I feel like during the day, a 35 is a replacement of a tote, whereas a 25 in the evening. And in actual fact, I tend to use my 35 as my go-to bag. The 30 actually sits in its box, and it hardly sees daylight. So, and then out of all the Birkins, I probably would give that one up first. And when you look at the from a price perspective, so a Birkin 30 on the market compared to a 35 is somewhat a lot more expensive, but then you don't use it. So I talk about cost per wear, right?
Yes.
I think that the 35, your cost per wear is going to be significantly less than a 30. I think that you'll probably have a 30 more. Sorry, I've missed some questions there. There's been another question and I've missed that. I'm sorry.
Which leather?
I think it was to do with the leather.
Yeah.
I think it was
Which
to do with the leather?
What leather should I go with if it's my first Birkin? Togo, Epsom, or Clermont? I would say Togo. What do you think?
Yes. So let me, I'm going to show you mine, and I'm going to show you the size and also the amount that I've got in it.
You'll be surprised. So for me, Soup Jeep, I I love Epsom. My favorite leather is actually Epsom because of the structure. This is my personal preference. But well, when it comes to wearability, Togo and Clemence will be a little bit easier to manage. So what do you show us your bag, Trudy? Show us the wear.
Yes. So this is my Birkin 35 that of course I got from you. Now everyone knows this is my everyday workhorse bag. As you can see, look how much I've got in it, and I literally use this Monday to Friday every day.
You're killing me, Trudy.
But this is the thing, is that a Birkin 35 is perfect for usage. Like, you can fit so much in it. Now, I'm going to share what I do. So I've run into the office. I'm in the office, and I've literally just put my bag on the desk, and I literally haven't unpacked my bag. So let me just show you. I'm going to share with you what I do have in my bag to have as much as I have in it. So now, I find that sometimes I literally go to meetings and I just literally need my wallet only. And instead of taking the bag, I do have my little Chanel mini rectangle in here, okay? Which literally only just carries my wallet and a lipstick. That's it. So that's in this bag. Then I have my notepad, my folder, whatever you want to call it, with my notebook. I carry one of these with me every day in this bag. So there's that. Now, some people say, should you have one of these in your bag or not? The reason why I have one of these is to keep this bag organized. So I do have an insert in here. Now, the reason why I have this insert is you'll see I've got my Hermès bag, which has got all my makeup in it. But I do carry the things like, and look at my keys. I have so many keys that if I just threw this in the bag, it would just scratch the bottom of the bag. Now, because I use it every day, this is the reason why. So I do have an insert, and I have pens. I have a these are the things I have in here. Like seriously, I have my work badges. I have
Don't you just love this? Don't you just love this insert? I love this insert. It's the best. It's so structured. It has all the good pockets.
So I do have all this stuff in there. Now also, I do have my sanitizer. I do have more paperwork in here. And on top of this, I do have, it's one thing I did take out this morning because I was actually using it, is I do have, so I do have this book that I carry in here, and literally it sits on top. So literally, this is what I'm talking about, how much I fit in this bag. So this literally sits on top of this.
I cannot.
I'm telling you, now, that is over excessive use. I'm telling you, so that is a bit crazy and that is insane. And yeah, don't pull faces at me like that. But literally, that is everything that I carry in here. No different to what you would have in a tote, right?
Yeah.
You would have the same thing in a tote. And I'm going to show you the corners of this. Now, this is in Togo leather, right?
Yes.
So, and I did explain, this does go on the floor, this goes with me everywhere. I do when I go into the city, I do catch public transport, and literally,
Susie is saying maybe you need a Birkin 40. No, she would just stuff even more things inside.
No, literally, no, you know what, and the bigger the bag, the more you stuff in it, right?
Yes.
But I feel like the 35 is one that is really comfortable to use instead of a tote, really seriously, and I feel like what I've paid for this, I am getting good wear out of it, as you know, yeah, it's like, it's the perfect first Birkin, I feel, price, use, wear, everything about it. So
Priscilla, I think, right, the back insert you got the bag insert from us, right, Trudy? I gave one to you, right? So that bag insert has no brand, but it's literally, it's something that I got specially sourced online, and I super love it because it's lightweight and it's felt. So I bought a lot of these. So it's in felt and it's lightweight. It doesn't scratch your back, and it's so boxy. I love my structure, so you know I have this. Now Priscilla, you can always email us if you want it. I can hook you up with one. All right. So, and it does come with really good compartments as well, right? So let me know. Right. So I think that's that.
I'm just showing the handles on this.
Yes.
So Jacqueline actually just said the tote, if I had a tote, the handles wouldn't last. And that's a really, really good point, actually. So you know that the Never Falls have got really quite a thin strap. Now, yes, if you think about the weight and how much is in this bag, and you think that I use this, you know, every day, look at the handles on this. It like literally has not, look at the top, and I put hand cream every day in my hands. So you can see the wear, there is no wear on those handles. Like absolutely incredible. And the stitching, look, like the stitch, like it hasn't moved.
I see. No, for sure it wouldn't move. It wouldn't move at all. The only thing is that it might elongate a little bit, right? But that's about it.
Yeah, but no, in beautiful condition still. So I feel like a Birkin 35, it would be the first go-to Birkin for anybody that is looking to, you know, purchase a one. And I feel like in the long term, your cost per wear, if you were to resell that back on the market again, you would almost get close to what you probably paid for it, because year on year these go up. And remember, the Birkin 35s now are actually somewhat harder in the new market because of the size of the leather that is used to make these bags. Do I always have palladium? It is my favorite. It is my favorite hardware. So yes, my go-to is normally palladium. So.
Me too. I think it's because of the accessories we wear, right? Nowadays it's usually like white gold, platinum, so sometimes it's matchy. But you know, interestingly, I was having a conversation with a friend who just came back from Hong Kong yesterday night, right? And she was telling me the trend in Hong Kong, China, you know, in the other parts, other Asia regions, it's moving towards palladium hardware again. So for a while, for a long while, for years actually, about the last 5 years I would say, it's very gold hardware centered. Everything with gold hardware sells for a premium, but it's moving towards palladium now. So if you are at, now we are at the bottom, we are at the bottom of the upside, it's moving upwards. So now that we are at the base of it, it's a good time to buy. If you see good priced palladium hardware pieces, go for it, because you will see the trend, and then the next 5 years you're going to see it rising and rising. So now it's the best time to actually capture that market.
Yes. And interesting enough, if anybody's seen my stories, I shared a story on the ABC News in Australia was actually just going through the shares versus the Birkin. So if anybody is interested in seeing an article that was actually written by our national paper, literally it was just on Birkins. So my suggestion is, if you can see one that has palladium hardware, I would be jumping onto that. And Yen, can you just show us, of course, the red Birkin that you do have, because it is palladium hardware, it is in Togo leather, and it's the most like your prices for your Birkins at the moment like are insane.
Right, so this is the piece that I think is definitely one to watch out for. So if you're looking for a starter Birkin, right, this is a great size, right? 50, size 35 right here. Yeah. So Susie, you're asking about the box leather. Yeah, nowadays we seldom see box leather in 35. In fact, I would say, right, to me, I think when Hermès is choosing leathers for the different bags, they also have what concerns we have in mind. Nowadays, we are very like what Trudy said, we are very tentative around box leather. We are worried about the use. We are worried about the scratches. These are the things we are worried about. So I think they also have that consideration. So that's why I don't think they make it a lot in 35 in box. But yes, most of the time for these bigger sizes and in this kind of leather, you see them in special orders. Yeah, so if a VIP goes in and say, I want a 35 in a box, right, they will gladly do that for her. And these bags do come out in the market. So again, if you are lucky enough, sometimes you do get that. Nowadays we see a lot of 25s, we see 30s, more 30s in box. Not really 25, but 30 in box leathers. Right, so or 25 Celliers. Oh, those are dreamy. So this is the Togo one. So if you're looking for a great starter Birkin, very much workhorse like what Trudy has, this is a great one to start with, because not only is it Togo leather, it's in this beautiful rubis color. So rubis is a not too bright a red. It does have a very dark pink undertone. So under sunlight, right, it looks dark pink rather than red. So I love these kind of elusive colors where, depends on what light you're in. Rainy day versus a sunny day, you get a different color bag, which I think is interesting, right? And also this comes with that palladium hardware, which just makes the color of the leather pop, but yet makes it very wearable as well. So if you're looking to jump onto that palladium hardware bandwagon, then this is a great piece for you, right? So I am actually going to just pin it up and you will see how crazy that price is. Now this is a very good investment price for sure. So if you buy it at a good price like this, a few price increases later, right, you would definitely be able to reap some benefits. Either use a Birkin bag for free, which is unheard of, right? Which other bag can you do that? You can't, right? So you will get the opportunity to either use it for free, use it for a nominal fee, right? Or even if you are lucky and you time it right, you might be able to make money off it, which is why it's definitely a piece to watch out for. And this has got very little wear, like it's a 9 out of 10. I don't see anything at the corners, etc, etc. And as you can see, the structure.
Can you come closer to the screen and show us the corners?
Yeah, so the structure wise is all still there. It's all perfect, right? So these are the pieces that you would want to invest in. Now I'm just going to flip the screen. So these are the pieces that you want to invest in, because the condition is so good that if you use it if you use it properly, if you take good care of it while using it, then it's almost guaranteed that you can sell it at a good price after, right? Because to start off with, it is in such a good condition. It wouldn't age that much, and yet you will still be able to enjoy and then have such great use out of it. And again, like I said, that's how I define a good investment. Right, so
I think this rubis color in this condition and the price that you've just pinned,
yes,
I cannot tell you guys, this is a steal.
Yeah.
Seriously, these bags are going up in price. Now, of course, I've done some research and with my essay at Hermès about the Birkin 35s. Now, it's getting harder to buy new Birkin 35s because they do use one piece of leather to make these. The heights need to be quite a size when you get into a 35, so they're getting harder and harder. Like, seriously, that is just incredible. And don't forget, so there's only a few bags that are being featured at each of these shows to highlight some of the conversation that we're talking about and the reasons why you would use and why these bags are amazing purchases for the show only. And of course, you will go into a draw over the whole series for a 1.5 carat tennis bracelet, which I do have in my hand here.
Wow.
Yes, look at that. So high spec, FG color, VS, 1.5 carats of diamonds that you would be in a draw for any of the featured bags that we're doing over the series of shows. Incredible, right? Diamonds and bag. Diamond and Hermès. Like, what a combination.
Yeah, where else can you actually get something like this, right? You like I said, always picture yourself going to the store, right, and asking for these bags, which are already impossible, right, and then getting yourself a matching diamond tennis bracelet is just insane. Now, the price for this rubies, right, is at £8,990, right? And this £8,990 is below retail for a near perfect condition piece. Of course, the hardware is not sealed, but you get very little wear on it. Below retail, £11,780 without needing to buy anything else. It's just instant gratification. And Me by Melanie. Yes, hi Melanie. So thanks for joining us. Yes, it does fit a laptop. The 35 fits a laptop. Yeah, if it's a laptop, you should see the amount of things Trudy puts inside. It's for sure you will get a lot of use out of it. As for travel wise, yes. For travel, it depends on what do you mean by travel. If that's the only bag you're going to use, like a travel bag, you might need a 40 because of the amount of things that you need, like toiletries bag, etc., etc. We do see a lot of 40, like people going for the 40s. But for everyday use, I would think a 35 would be a good one. And for travel, the 40 might 40 might be good, but don't forget 40 comes with the 40 weight. So plus you put your traveling stuff inside, I would say it's going to be a little bit heavy. So for travel bag, I would choose a different design.
Yeah. I would stick to a 35. I think a 35 is a lot more versatile. I did see a previous question about someone's got a Kelly and they were just toying with the Birkin sizes. Now, we did mention that the 30, firstly, the price of a 30 is quite, it accelerates quite somewhat, but also it's sort of an in-between size bag, so you'll either go to a 25 or 35.
Yeah.
I feel like a 35 is the go-to bag. It's the one that you will use every day, without question. Like, it's the go-to instead of your never full tote.
So the never full tote is very, very functional. It's one of my first bags, right? But I kid you not, I have actually had the straps replaced twice because it's just too thin to carry that amount of weight, right? It actually just snapped, right? So it's a bit tough to use. Yeah. I mean, if you are going to put a lot, right? But then it's good to have that option. At least they changed the straps for you, which is perfect. Right? So Susie, I see Susie have got herself a Birkin 40, right? So good. It's very, very beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but you know, for travel, I just think maybe a little bit too heavy if you put too many things inside. But on its own, I had a Birkin 40 in the past, right? And I can actually sling it on my shoulders. Yeah, because we don't wear very heavy clothing here. So I actually did sling it on my shoulders for the Birkin 40, but got a little bit too heavy for me, so I sold that one, but I kept the 35. Definitely.
So, and interesting enough, when I was in Europe last year, when I was going through the security checks, interesting enough that it was a Birkin 35 that I went through, you know, the security checks when you go through the, what do you call it, that electric, you know, you got to put everything on and it goes through security for your
like
x-ray.
The x-ray.
So there was a lady that had a Birkin 35 that fitted comfortably through security. So just so you guys know, when they were doing the x-rays, and it fitted into that, the tray that you got to put it through, it fitted perfectly. So I was like, okay, the Birkin 35 has got lots of uses. And it was interesting
So Priscilla, yes, a shoulder Birkin is wider than a Birkin 35. Actually, a shoulder Birkin, right, I would say is closer to 45 centimeters. Like a little bit wide, a little bit longer than a Birkin 40. So it's wider, shorter. I love the shoulder Birkin. I wanted to get a shoulder Birkin in for today, but I didn't, not in time, but we will have one. I am getting one this week. So if you are on the lookout for a collector's piece, definitely look out for the Birkin, shoulder Birkin. We will have one that is coming this week, so don't miss this week's shows from Singapore, because I'm going to have a neutral colored Birkin, shoulder Birkin. I just love the shoulder Birkin. I had one in Etude and I'm still killing myself for letting go of it. And the price that I sold it at was so good. I will never be able to get something like that back again. That's the thing.
And Cindy's just saying that her Birkin 35 is incredible for daily use. I
Yes.
totally agree. So, now, can I ask, I don't know whether you can do it, but can you show, you've got the comparison. You showed the white, which is a Birkin 30
Yes.
and a 35.
Sure.
Maybe just can you
Sure.
do the size comparison on those two?
Of course. Well, before that, let me answer Susie. So Susie is asking if the shoulder Birkin will hold its value. Now, it depends on what you mean by holding its value. From the reseller's view, let me explain to you how that works. So for a shoulder Birkin, you are literally getting it at much lower prices than all the other Birkins, right? But when you resell it, right, you will definitely be able to sell at a price that is very similar. Or if you catch the market right, like I said, when you get when you know when people are looking for the bigger bags again, like right now, right, you will be able to sell it at a slightly higher price, or if not, like use the bag for free. To me, that is always a very good gauge. Right, so it wouldn't fall very sharply. It would still retain a good value, a decent value, I would say. And you are always getting that at a very good price, not to forget. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give you a shoulder Birkin at a really good price for sure, coming right up this week. So let me just show you the Birkin 30. Birkin 30 versus the Birkin 35.
Can I just jump in there, Yen?
Yeah.
So just if you're not familiar with why they're called a 35, a 30, a 40, and where does those numbers come from? The numbers come from the measurement of the base.
Yeah.
So the measurement of the base is what gives you exactly where Yen's pointing at. That is the size. So in 30 centimeters, 35 centimeters, 25 centimeters. So that's where the reference of number comes from.
Yeah. So if you put them side by side, there is actually quite a marked difference, as you can see, right? It's literally a 5 centimeters difference, like this, right?
Which is about it's 2 inches.
Yeah.
For the US.
So 5 centimeters, 2 inches kind of difference, a little bit more than 2 inches kind of difference. And well, it's not just bearing in mind that the 2 inches is not just here, not just in the length, but in the height as well. So all in all, you're getting this much smaller, right? So there is actually a very big difference in the capacity between a 30 and a 35. So you'll be able to put a lot, like your laptop, your files inside here for sure. It fits A4 size paper perfectly, right? But not for a 30. Yeah.
So Sue, you're just asking for these prices. You can shop. I've actually pinned the website. So if you go to the bottom of the screen, you'll see www.luxurypromise.com. You can shop actually immediately on the website, and you can see further detail. And of course, you've got the opportunity to pay to shop straight away with your credit card, Apple Pay, but also we have a system called Split It. So you can pay these bags over 12 months interest free. And this is the beauty about shopping at Luxury Promise. Not only are you getting an amazing price, and like the red one right now, the Rubus is It's below retail, right? I think it's below retail.
Yes, below retail at £8,990.
Yeah, incredible. So you can shop if you just jump over to the website, you'll be able to see those pieces.
Yeah.
So it's quite somewhat different in size, a 30 to 35. And so this is what we were saying, is that in-between size, the 30 is an in-between size between the 25 and the 35.
Yeah. So this is Togo, and this is in Clermont. And I see HB, who has just joined us on the website. Hi HB. Thanks for joining us. Yes, so today we're going to talk, we are talking about the Birkin sizes, right? So we're going to compare between the two. So like I said, this one you can fit A4 size, you can fit files, you can fit laptop, but Birkin 30 you wouldn't be able to. So again, it depends on your lifestyle, the amount of things that you carry all the time, and if you are like Trudy, who is like a workaholic, then the 35 is definitely for you, right? Or, you know, everyday bag, actually a Birkin 30 will suffice for most.
So we'll go on to the other sizes in a minute, but Yen's got two size 35s. Now, the reason, so we're featuring bags because there's something about them that is just incredible about them, okay? So you'll see that there's not a lot of bags that we're showing. We're showing key pieces that we're like, guys, if you're looking for a specific bag, the ones that Yen has are absolutely incredible, and there's a reason why. So the Rubus is the colour, the fact that it's palladium hardware and it's in Togo is the reason why. And look at that, price is incredible. The next one that Yen has is, again, if you saw me last week, I went gaga over this because it's in Cheb leather.
Yeah.
And look at the colour with palladium hardware. So Yen, do you want to share this one?
Yeah, so this is Eben. This is a more of a vintage piece, G-stem bag. Now this one, the price is equally incredible. The price is exactly the same as the Rubis, right? You get the same price as the Rubis, right? And this bag, amazingly, is from the year 2003. It's from the year 2003, but for me, this is a great bag because the color is a neutral color. It comes with that palladium hardware. So this is a great first bag, right? You're getting yourself a unique leather, and you're getting yourself a workhorse size. You're getting it in a leather that is so rare, and most importantly, the leather, the condition is just so good, even though it's a 2003 piece, right? So typically something like that in dark brown, or even like this, dark browns, the dark grays, the blacks, they almost never go for this kind of pricing. So when you are getting something that is so rare and so hard to come by, like a one-off chance, I would say that this is definitely a great piece to get if you're looking for that starter Birkin, right? So well, now that you can see the close-up, I think I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to move you closer, and I'm going to show you guys, right, the exact look of the grainings and the veins. All right, to me, this is really something to look out for. Just give me a minute. I think I'm not able to flip my screen. Why? There you go. Okay. Right, so here you go. I'm going to show you close up. Right. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. Sarah is on our website. So, Sarah, we are, if you want to see the leathers close up, you can come on the Instagram, or I can show it to you right here if you can see, right? So, can you guys see the veining or the spine of the lovely chef leather? Now, to me, right, one of the biggest authenticating factor of Hermès is actually the leather itself. Yeah, so like what Trudy said, like what Trudy said, you are actually getting it's a single piece of leather, right? They are very, very particular about the leathers that they use. It's a single piece of big piece of leather, which is why you get that even spine, you know, that the exact the kind of grainings that you have. These are very important when it comes to authenticating bags, right, and things like that. So in the you know, it's something that cannot be faked, which is why it's important to me when I'm buying something that is so like at this kind of price range. I want it to last, and I know I want it to be unique, right? And I want to be, you know, I want to know that I'm buying the real McCoy, if you know what I mean, right? So this is something that you cannot fake.
Sorry, and I just gotta jump in because we've missed. So Priscilla was just asking, what's heavier? Is the chef or the Togo? I think the Togo is a little heavier.
Yes.
It's a little bit thicker in skin,
yes.
whereas the Chev is not so. So the Chev is a little bit lighter than Togo.
Yes, but however, durability wise, they are the same, which is why it is just a very which is why it's so rare and popular, I would say, right? Because you get the durability of Togo leather, but yet you also get the structure as well, and of course it's lighter in weight. So I would think that this is definitely something to consider. And Jacqueline is asking about the 30 and the 35. Now, Jacqueline, the Birkin 30 in Clemence and the 35 in Togo actually does even everything out. Because it's smaller but heavier, like Clemence is a heavier leather, but because it's in the Birkin 30, it's going to weigh the same as a 35 in Togo, if you know what I mean. But if you were to compare a 35 Clemence and a 35 Togo, then I would say the Togo will be slightly lighter. It's just slightly. And Clemence leather, right, it depends on the Clemence leather being used, that in that particular bag. The weight is also different. Not all Clemence leather are the same thickness or the same heaviness, if that makes sense. Yeah. So this is also available at that same crazy price below retail, and you're getting something which you will never be able to get in store unless it's a special order piece. But even then, right, even if you ask for it, they might not be able to make this for you because of the rarity of that the chef leather in bigger pieces. Yeah.
So I think that the chef leather is really, really, really special, guys. If the color is, to me, like a neutral color with palladium. Now, you know, palladium is just on the way up. So this price is going to, the price of palladium bags is going to somewhat increase. The fact that it's in chef leather, guys, this is so unique. The combination of all of that, and then Jens just topped it off with that pricing on it. Guys, both, like, she's only got 4 Birkins today, and these are featured items because they're specific around certain things, certain elements around it. Like, you know, we've got access to so many Birkins, and here we are showcasing some featured pieces because of the colorway, the rarity, the color combinations, the leather, all of that. So
yeah.
Okay.
So again, today's pieces, these are literally the only 4 pieces that I have left. The rest are just gone. So now this time in stock we have more Kellys than Birkins. So there you go. Only 4 available. That's all I can offer you, right? And they are at such great prices, right? So Sarah is asking about the chai Togo. So I'm going to show it to you again, Sarah.
This is beautiful.
It is,
beautiful.
Right? This is like the perfect cup of tea, milk tea, right? That kind of shade. And this color has been popular since it came out, right? Because it's such a great neutral, but yet at the same time, it's like a color that has a little bit of a gray undertone, which means that it's very resistant to dirt, I think, right? Because of the undertone, it doesn't it actually doesn't look it doesn't dirty that easily, this kind of color. Like it's not very obvious when you have a little bit of dust or dirt on it. You can quickly wipe it off, and it will be a stunning shade to own. So Sarah, you can always take a look at it closely. I'm just going to show her on the
So Birkin 25 in chai, guys. Like the color combination in this size, hard to come by. Like, and it's literally like new. The condition of this is just the most insane condition.
So it's in a
corners.
Yeah, the corners are perfect. It's in a like new condition, and this is an investment worthy size, because 25 right now are still very hard to come by, right? And so it is definitely important that you get a piece that is well priced, that is a good color, and that is in a great condition. So this bag literally fulfills all the criterias, right? And also it's well below that 20,000 pound mark, right? Because anything that is like new, this kind of neutral color or new pieces, it's always closer to that 25,000 pound mark, always above 20,000 pound nowadays for brand new pieces. But now you're getting yourself a bag that is premium specs and everything, well below that 20,000 pound mark, and at a like new condition. So these are investment worthy pieces for me.
Can you just pop the 25 and the 30 together, just so people can see the size difference?
Sure, of course. So I am going to put up the price first. I have put up the product card for you, Sarah, right? So you can see it right over there. Now this, if I'm not wrong, is 18,000 plus, right? So it's 18,900 pounds, right? So it's below that 20,000 pound mark with lots of spare change. So I think this kind of pricing is really not easy to come by for a 25 right now in this current market, right? And also in Togo leather, which is again one of the most popular leathers. So most of the time nowadays we do see quite a few Birkin 25s in Swift leather, right? So there you go. It's actually again quite a big difference. It's a marked difference, because it's again 5 centimeters in difference in length all around the bag. So on the top and on the length. And also one thing to note about the width is that it's significantly smaller for the 25, right, as compared to the 35 and the 30. Okay, so that 25 width is just marked smaller. Okay, and
can you put a 35 next to the 25?
Yes,
just
of course.
So we were talking about the 30 being the in-between size, and we were saying that the 35 and the 25 is probably the bags that you would use, because look at the difference. So I kept saying to you guys, the 35 is like a tote, whereas the 25 is more quite substantially smaller. And you'll see the size difference, what Yen's holding, you can see how significantly different it is. It's a little bit like using a smaller bag, versus a tote bag.
Yeah, so it's almost like what Trudy said. I kept a 35 and I kept a 25, because I think that, for work, sometimes when I have a lot to carry, I think this is the bag I would go for. But like, an evening out with the girls, a date night out with my husband, I would choose the 25, So almost like no chance for the 30. But if you are somebody who doesn't need to carry files or laptops around, then 30 is a perfect workhorse size as well, right? It does fit quite a fair bit. Yeah.
And also the handle. So guys,
Yes.
You just need to know the handle use on these size bags.
Correct.
So the 25 is more of a handle in the hand, whereas the 35 you can get into your arm. So Yen will just show you what we're talking about as
Yes.
far as the handles are concerned. It's quite important to know this, because the 35's got more uses on a handle, whereas a 25, a 25 you would just use in your hand.
Yeah, that's right. So you can see that most of the time we concentrate on the size, like on the capacity of the bag, but we fail to notice that the handle is remarkably different, right? So for a 25, literally you can only put it on the forearm, and that's it. You cannot move it any further. Most of the time it's a top handle bag. So you handle this a lot. So most of the time you see people putting twillies on because you handle this all the time. You literally cannot really put this through. Okay, so this is something to note as well. So it's like a dainty top handle bag more than a as compared to a Birkin 30 and 35 have a similar drop for the handles, so you can actually put it all the way to the crook of your arms, right? And also if you're not wearing very heavy clothings, right, or jackets or coats, then for the 35 some people can actually shoulder carry it, so it really depends, right? But most of the time the crook of the arms is how you carry this, right? So that is the difference between the 30 and the 25 right there. Okay, so Sarah, I'm not so sure if you can actually see this very closely, Sarah, and I have also pinned up the product card, right, but I'm not sure why it's it. Trudy, if you look at the website, is the product card for the chai showing up?
Yes.
It is showing
yes,
up?
I can see it.
Okay,
yes.
great.
Now, also, can you just also put the product card up for the white? So the white 30. Now, white is a colour that you don't see very often, and hence the reason it's also in this show is because to get that colour combination, it's somewhat rare. So white in your Birkins is not something you would normally see. So there is reasons why Yan has brought only 4 bags and featuring 4 bags in this show. So price, colour, rarity, and I mean the rarity of Birkins is hard as it is.
Yes.
Now we're talking about a Birkin 25. Now I've been so busy, I literally haven't had time to gush over my Birkin 25. So I am going to do the unboxing with all of you. I've just grabbed it.
Yay!
Can you believe this? It's been sitting on my dining table since it's been delivered. I have been that busy. I haven't had time. Seriously, haven't had time to gush over it.
I know.
So I'm going to share this experience with you guys. I'm going to unbox it with you. Just give me a second while I just put something on the chair.
And you know what? Today Trudy has the matching outfit for that 25. Is it deliberate?
Yes, right?
Is it deliberate? Is it deliberate?
No, it's not deliberate, actually. No, not at all. Not deliberate at all. So I'm going to do this unboxing with you guys. I'm going to enjoy the whole experience because it needs to be a wow moment with everyone. And hence, I brought a 35 and a 25. That's what we've been talking about.
Yes.
Guys.
So literally, literally that is the 2 sizes that I kept as well. I kept a Birkin 35, like I was saying, and I also have a Birkin 25. So these are the 2 sizes that I actually kept as well. Yay! Show us.
So you know, it's quite interesting the box that it comes in, because we find that the 35 box is absolutely massive. So this is my first Birkin 25, and when I was expecting to see the box, I was imagining a 35 box, right? And a 35 box is like
big,
massive. So yeah, so I'm going to do the measurement on this for you because I was just like, I was interested to know like the fact that it came in such a small box. Now the size of this box is literally the length of a school ruler. Look at that. So you can see
it's like
how
30
small.
centimeters.
Yeah, so it's about 30 by say 30, maybe 34 centimeters, maybe 33. So it is quite. So to give you perspective on these boxes, this is actually quite a small bag, and you're talking about a school ruler size of a box.
Yay.
I'm excited to be sharing this with you guys.
Yes,
Seriously.
me too. I'm going to see her. Is this the first time this is the first time you're opening this, right?
I was so busy. I left it on the dining table. I lifted the lid up and I was eating dinner and I can't open it any further. So I'm sharing this whole experience with you guys, and I'm having a moment. So of course this has come from Yen, this bag. And if anybody saw, I think it was Sabrina and Yen on the show, and guys, I love green. As you can see, I've got green on. I do have an Hermès scarf on today as well, which was green. It's on the table here. And as soon as I saw this colour, so I have only seen this colour twice before in a Birkin 30. Now, I actually sold one in a Birkin 30. And as we just pointed out, I feel like the Birkin 30, I love the colour, but it was that in-between size. So as soon as Yen had this 25, I was like, this is the one. So, all right, you ready, guys?
Ready.
Oh my gosh. Like, it's still, look, it's still...
Well protected.
How long has it been sitting on the dining table for? Even my husband says, why haven't you... I've been so busy, guys. So busy. I just haven't had time. No time whatsoever. All right.
Tell your husband I would have sent it over with a bottle of whiskey, but then it didn't pass customs.
He keeps saying, he listens to you, yeah, you know, on some of your shows. I said, oh, your friend's on, Andy. And he goes, my whiskey friend. Here we go. So, here it is. Are you ready, guys? I'm just as excited, guys. Really, I am. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yeah. Look at you.
Yes. Look at how I meshed it for you.
Oh my gosh. Now to give you a perspective on this, guys, look. A school ruler size, right? Look. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Oh my god, it is fun. And look at the colour. Look at the bow that Yen's put on it. Look at the plait. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Yes. Especially for you. I found it and I thought, wow, this is a color that is very, very you. It has the green, it has that purple, and it has the red to match your glasses.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Yes, this is a bamboo.
Stand further back to give you an idea. Yes, it's bamboo. Stunning, right? And palladium hardware. So you can imagine when Sabrina and Yen had this on their show, firstly bamboo, Togo 25, palladium. So when you see these colours and when you've done your research, you literally just grab it. You just know, because to see this bag again will almost be impossible. Like, so this is why you'll see on these the whole series that you'll see featured bags, because we're giving you hints, guys. We're giving you hints on the rarity of some of this stuff. Now, I'm further back, so you now can see the difference of my workhorse bag that is popping out on the sides here.
You're killing me, Trudy. Stop it.
But you can see the handle difference as well. The handle difference is quite somewhat different.
Yeah.
So there we go. It's wow. Now I have to use it. I bought this one to use, and I've been quite specific around my purchases of Hermès bags. Anyway, I consciously buy whether it's for use or whether it's for investment. So if they're in for investment, I will tuck them away and they go into a vault, and I actually don't see them again because it's too hard to get to the vault. So I just leave them there, and just over time they will just increase in value. Now, if you're doing a conscious decision on that, it makes it much easier that if I was to get a little scratch on it, I'm not going to be too precious about it. So, and by the way, you know, Hermès does an amazing job of sparring these bags. So either way, if you're conscious about your decisions on whether you're going to use it or whether it's an investment. Now, there is all those Birkin 35s right now personally, I would say use them, love them, that price, and you'll still be able to get that pricing back on those when you go to sell it one day.
Exactly.
Now, that Birkin 25 chai, guys, that to me is almost an investment piece. You could put that, tuck it away. The fact that it's 25, the fact that it's chai, and it actually has gold hardware against the chai, that to me, you could go either way with it, but make a conscious decision of which way you want to go with it. So it's a little bit like mine. Make a conscious decision of which way.
Priscilla, for the Hermès spa, right? They will polish the hardware for you, but there's only so much they can do about the scratches. And if it really irks you, I know I have seen pieces where they change the hardware for you. Yeah. So it really depends, right? It depends on your SA as well. So yeah, we have seen hardware changes. Of course, you do have to pay for it, but it won't be like a lot. Yeah. So again, like 25 right now is still a rarity. And I would say it's the Birkin 20. There's a Birkin 20 coming up, right? We are not even sure if it's coming up, but even if it does, it's going to take a few years. So the 25 is still going to be a hot topic for the next couple of years at the very least. Yeah, it's a great bag, 25. I would invest in a 25. I would invest in a 25
for a 25.
Yeah.
You can fit so much more in this. The new Birkin 20, it's going to be a little bit like the 20 Kelly, right? You can't really fit very much in it. Whereas this, you can fit your wallet, you know, the wallet that you don't have to change, because you can fit a long wallet in this if you wanted to. Your makeup, you can. It's still a good practical size for. I mean, not even an evening. On the weekends, for instance, you know, you're going out for lunch and whatever. This is actually a very good size just to be using,
And also because it's small, right? You won't get a lot of corner wears because it doesn't knock around that much because it's quite small. So you know it will last. And 25 is just beautiful. You will enjoy it so much, Trudy. You have to tell us the next time round. So you're gonna use it, right, this week? Please say yes.
Yes, this on. Yes.
So next week, tell us how you enjoy it.
Yes.
Yes.
So I am worked out. I have to find the weekends to use it because I'm back to back. I think I just sleep and work at the moment. So, and hence the reason why you'll always see me with a coffee in hand on a Monday morning when I'm doing these shows, because literally I get to bed at about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm coming home from work, and so I
You're amazing. I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this. Literally, I don't.
Okay. Thank you, Yen. So I think what we'll do is, if there's any questions, but can we just go through from start to finish, the 4 featured bag, the 4 featured Birkins that you have, and the reasons why you think that they're the special ones, and there's only 4 of them.
Yes.
So really special that Yen's bought these 4 on the show, and these particular prices are incredible. But I'm going to let Yen go through each bag and the reason why these are being featured in today's show. My suggestion is, guys, if you're looking for a Birkin, one of these, like they're a wow. And don't forget, you could be in the draw. If you purchase anything, you will be in the draw for a diamond tennis bracelet.
That's right. So throughout this entire sit down Hermès series, we are gonna have quite a few bags. It's gonna be thematic, so you know you might not be able to see the same bags again. So I would say if you see what you like, always consider and then take the plunge, because they are not going to be here for long. In fact, this bag is going to leave us this week. So if you're looking for a great workhorse bag, which is in a very good neutral color with palladium hardware at a great price, then this is something that you should consider. Now, we keep saying good prices, but what is exactly a good price? Now, let us put things into perspective. This is £8,990, right? And if you think about it, this is what you can't buy a jumbo flap with this price. You cannot buy a jumbo classic flap in this price. And you cannot put your laptop in a classic jumbo flap, right? And these are all fully handmade in one single piece of Hermès leather by one single artisan. That is the rarity of the bag. If you compare it this way, you're gonna be like, wow, right? This is what we call an investment piece. Literally, these are heritage pieces. Not a single stitch is machine made. It goes through the hand of a single well-trained artisan, and it takes months just to complete one bag. That's how rare you are getting. This is the kind of investment you are making. So I think this is important when you talk about well priced, right? So this is literally going, this and the rubies that I'm going to go through is below retail. And in order to get this kind of bags in store, you do have to spend, now it's not even 1:1, it's maybe 1.5:1. Okay, and I so heard from my friend yesterday that even in Hong Kong itself, in Asia, right, Hong Kong and China, you do have to spend 1.5:1 for a flat bag. Yeah, for a Chanel flat bag, you have to do the same, right? And now this, right, in store, you're going to spend the same amount, 1.5 times more. You have to get other things, and you cannot even decide what you want to get, right? They have to give you a category, and then you choose from there. So it's not like, you know, to make up that 1.5 times, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, and that's what I want. Not necessarily what you have in mind, right? They will actually tell you, okay, because of your profile, you have bought too many shoes, now you have to buy some homeware. Okay, you've got too many homeware, now you have to buy a horse. You never know, like, you know, a wooden horse. And I'm telling you, that's a fact. Right.
I was going to say, yeah, and on top of that, they just bring out a bag that may not even be on your wish list. And so you end up buying something that you don't particularly, not even really that interested in.
Yeah, and when you sit there and you consider, you're like, oh my God, but I've spent so much. If I don't take this, how much more do I have to spend? Will I get another bag? Would it be what I want? You know, these are the constant, the dilemma that you would literally be in. And you have to make that decision within minutes while sitting there. If not, the bag is gone, right? So right now, we are offering you chances at Luxury Promise to pay, not just pay in installment. You get the exact bag that you want. You considered, you made a decision, and you think that, yeah, this is the color that I want. This is the bag that will fit my needs, right? And no fuss, no muss, you can just get it. Instant gratification without thinking too much, right? Without needing to worry about buying even more. And these pieces comes in as full a set as you will get. No box, of course. Box just doesn't keep well. It's quite big, and they don't keep well in our humid climate. So this will come with even its dust cover. Can you believe it? Right, so you'll come in its orange flannel dust bag, and it will come with a lock key closet. It's as full a set as you can get, and the condition, I would rate it as a good 9 out of 10. Even though it's a 2003 bag, you cannot believe the condition it's in. There is no corner wears. The structure is just perfect. You're paying below retail, right, without all the song and dance, and that is.
I can honestly say, Yen,
yes.
If I didn't have my black 35, I would be purchasing that.
I know.
Like, seriously, that would be,
yes.
you know. Amazing.
Yes, the chef leather is just so hard to get in the 35 right now. It's not so hard. I'm sorry, I changed my mind. It's not so hard. It's impossible to get a 35 in chef in store right now. Just not possible. All right, so the next one, if you think that, you know, I want something a little bit more like a pop of color, something that is to match my vibrant personality, then this might be the one for you. So this is Rubies, which is a very, very wearable red, like what we were talking about. And this comes in that perfect Togo leather. So if you're looking for a more common leather that you feel better using, because it has grains, it's lasting, the weight is just right. So this is definitely something that you should consider as well. So this is Rubies. This comes with also it's lock-key clochette, it's dust bag with no corner wears, which is a good like 9.5 out of 10. So I see some questions. So Jacqueline, when you touch this leather, it's hard. It's not soft. It's not hard, but it's harder. I would say it's just one notch below Epsom. One notch below Epsom. So it's slightly softer than Epsom, but you know.
It's good. It's good hard wearing leather. But it's not hard as in like a. To me, it's this. The way the finish is, it gives the softness, but it's hard wearing.
When you talk about the touch, right? Yes, it's pretty. It's just not as boxy as Epsom, but yes, it's a little bit hard, which is why you get that lovely structure, right? And when you touch, you can hear the sound. Yeah. So when you do something, when you knock onto something like Togo, you get a different sound. So you literally get that boxy kind of sound that I love, by the way, because I love structure so much. And we have Ida there. Hi, Ida, asking about that very unique Faubourg. The Faubourg Birkin 20. We can source for that, right? That's a bag that we can source. Not a problem. We do have quite a wide collection available in Asia. So if you want that, drop me a message either. We can always look for one for you for the right condition, the right price range, right? But most of the time for Faubourg, it's always an investment piece. So you, even though pre-loved, you don't get wears, right? And it's always at a very premium. It's at a premium resale price. Yeah. But yes, we will be able to source that for you. Not an issue at all. So just for the sake of
Annette's just asking on the website whether the Birkin was black or brown. It's actually called ebony, and it's almost like this in between. It's almost like this in between color. Do you want to just pop it against your black?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Just so you can see.
No
For me, it's like a really good neutral color because it'll go either way. You can either wear it with black or you can wear it with your creams and your caramel tones.
Yes.
It's sort of that in between.
So, Annette, I know you love your things functional and you like all these very easy to use neutral colors. So Annette, this will be one good one for you. So Eben is like a dark chocolate brown, like really, really dark. So it's almost too black. So you can see against my black outfit, right? It's a very, very dark brown, like the richest of dark chocolate, I would say, right? So this is the Eben. And this piece, right, I think I saw a question about the sparring. For chef leather, yes, it does spar easily, easier than Epsom, because you know Epsom is one of the thinner leathers, which is why some people would not choose Epsom over something like Togo. But like I said, this is a good in between. So it has the veining of Togo, which means that the large veining. So you will get something that is literally like scratch resistant, right? But yet you get that structure of Epsom, which is the best of both worlds, I feel. Right, so this is definitely a very special and beautiful bag. And the wonderful thing about this is that it does not create, but it does develop this lovely patina. If you can see the shine, right? So chef leather develops a patina, and patinas, as we learned from the Vacata leather on our LV bags, that it is very important. It's literally a layer of something like a shine or oil kind that actually protects the leather even further. So this would literally be like waterproof, water resistant. Right, waterproof, not water resistant. So this actually does add to the durability as well. So to me, this is like the ultimate workhorse bag. And like what Trudy said, if she doesn't have that black one, she would have ran for this.
I definitely. I
Yes.
love the chef leather. You know I love chef leather. So
Yes.
this is, to me, I'm like, how can I justify two very similar bags?
Yes.
Tempting though, because the price is ridiculous. But anyway.
It is below retail, Annette,
Yeah.
and also no signs of wear to the corners. It's literally such a perfect workhorse piece. So if you're considering, do jump on that bandwagon, because you get a chance to win a tennis diamond bracelet as well. And not just any diamond bracelet, it's one with very, very good specs, I heard. Look at that shine. And you know what? It goes with the palladium hardware. Goes with the palladium hardware. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Diamonds and Hermès bag. I mean, that's ridiculous. But anyway.
Yes.
Crazy.
So we have that.
Nice day.
So we have that two Birkin 35s at a fantastic price, both below retail. And we have a white color piece that is a Birkin 30. This is literally the only Birkin 30 I have in stock right now. We have a Birkin 30. We have a Birkin 30 in rose Tyrian as well. Right, we have a rose Tyrian Birkin 30 in Epsom leather that's out for viewing, so I cannot get it right now. But but it is available, right? So fastest fingers first. I think I can post that up as well. I can pin that up. So this is a white Birkin 30. So this is in Clermont's leather with that gold hardware. So you can see the slight slouch to the corners, but then again, if you love that kind of slouch or that kind of casualness that the slouch brings, right? Then this is one for you, right? It's a thick leather, so it's a very luxurious kind of feel, right? So if you don't like something too boxy like Trudy, then Clermont's can be a choice for you. And white is just so rare. Nowadays, white is only available for special order pieces, right? Definitely not with gold hardware, right? So again, something that you should consider. I do have the product card up, and if I'm not wrong, it's also an insane price piece, right? Can I check on the price quickly? Did you see the price for that?
And it's just asking if the Birkin 35, so for those that have just jumped on, I've just shown my Birkin 35. I've got it with me today because I use it every day. I choose not to use a tote bag, I choose to use a Birkin 35. So this is mine. I have lots in it, hence the reason why it's like looking very full, because there's lots in it. But a Birkin 35 is literally one in replacement of a tote. So you could use it instead of a tote bag. So no, I think it's a good size. It's a great size.
Annette, the Birkin 35 will be slightly, it will look slightly smaller than whatever that Trudy has. Is because I think Trudy, your Trudy has a lot in her bag, which is why.
Mine's overextended.
A little.
Well,
so
too much
I'm just going to wear it. I'm just going to put it on for you, Annette, just to let you see like the rough size. Okay, so I'm 1.62 meters tall, Annette, right? And I'm going to show you how it exactly looks like. Give me a minute. Okay, so this is how it looks like on me. I would use a 35. Definitely a very good chic size. To me, a 35, right, is a size that you can it's a workhorse kind of size. You can use it for work. It does hold files, A4 size papers, and also the laptop very well. But yeah, this is the size, right, that goes perfectly well with a pair of denim jeans, right, Trudy?
Again, I was just about to say, sometimes I hate changing my bags. And so sometimes I've actually used my Birkin 35 on the weekends because I just grab it and I can just throw things in it, especially when I'm going down to the shops or I'm going into the city. You just want to be throwing things in it. It's exactly like a tote bag.
Yes.
You know how you just casually throw stuff in it? That's how I use it.
Exactly. And this is the size. This is the iconic size that Jane Birkin had. It's a very, very first Birkin. Is exactly this size. And look how chic she is. You know that this is definitely a size that you will not regret, right? So if you're looking for something that you use very often, like cost per wear is low, this is definitely one for you, right? So Annette, if you are going to take that plunge, right? So I think this is definitely a very good starter or a very user-friendly kind of Birkin size.
So we were talking about so that you've got the 235s and then the Birkin 30. So the Birkin 30, both of us have said it's not our preference of size because we use the 25 or the 35. Now the reason why Yen's got the 30 in is because of the rarity of the combination of your white leather and gold hardware. Yeah. That is super rare, guys. I've never had a white Birkin on my shows. I've not even seen a white Birkin actually in real life myself.
Yes, that's
so
right.
It's really hard. So if you're looking for a white Birkin, that is one that you like there's no question, because
yes.
you're not going to be able to
find that.
Find one. No.
Yes.
Impossible. Yes, and as Yen just said, it's one that if you get invited to do a special order, sure.
Yes, that's right. So I'm sorry, I was just trying to find the Rose Tyrian for you guys, right? I do have a Rose Tyrian Birkin 30. If you think that, Birkin 30 is a size that you will use, right? Then get a rare one. Get one that is a crazy pop of color, right? So would you? Yes, and Barbie is so hot right now. It's trending, right? So it is the ultimate Barbie bag, I would say, right? So tell us about your view on the pop colors, Trudy. I love your explanation. Can you tell us again?
Well, it's a little bit like this one, right? So look at the pop of color. So guys, your black, your gold, your etoupe colours, they're your standard colours, and then the top three colours for Hermès as far as your colour choices, because if you're looking to buy, most people will go with safe. Understandable, and also you want to be using it every day, all day, whatever that might be. But I always say that if you are going to invest or purchase these beautiful bags, and you know that Hermès colours, they get it right, the colour combinations, the tone, the Pantone code, the colour that they use is so right for that colour, that why wouldn't you be walking down the street and having a wow bag? You've taken to that bag because it's a wow. Well, why not use a wow bag? So you can imagine, like let's just pretend I'm walking down the street, right? Okay, you've got a bag.
We are role playing now.
Right? Yes, I'm playing now. So I'm walking down the street with a black bag. A lot of people may not know what a Birkin is, and they look at a black bag and they just go, "That's a black bag," and they don't even look twice, right? They don't even look twice. Now, if I was to walk down the street with this colorway, would you not look twice?
It would be like, wow, what is that?
Right? And then the smile, like look at the difference I'm sure you've just smiled when you saw that. When you saw the black, you're just like, oh, intrigued what Trudy's got to say. But when you actually look at a color like this, doesn't it bring a beautiful smile to your face?
Yeah.
And, it does for me anyway. So.
So what was the bag? bag that you were using that you got compliments for? People were staring at you, right?
Sorry, say that again.
People, somebody was staring at you in a restaurant. You were saying, remember? Was it you?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. I had my Kelly cut.
Yes.
It's not bamboo. What's the green? It's a different green, but yes, that is the one that I was in the restaurant and my husband's like, why is a woman looking at you? And I thought, because I was worried that my skirt was tucked up, you know. It's like I was looking awkward, but it was my bag because she watched. As soon as I put my bag down, her eyes went to was following the bag the whole way. And it was a Kelly cut in green.
Yes, it was a Vert Bengal. Vert Bengal, which is a dark green color. So stunning. So these are So these are the pieces that you get woos and the ahs and the wows, and you'll be the star.
And I just say the same. Totally agree with me. That's why I love my bags in color. Yeah,
yes. So great workhorse bag in great neutral colors, and then off and on you need that pop of color. So I do have a Birkin 30 in this colorway, right? So this is a Kelly 32, but it's also in that lovely pop of pink, which is the Rose Tyrian. So the Rose Tyrian is touted as the queen of pinks, right? Literally, this is the most well-loved pink. Why? Because as you know, Hermès is very elusive when it comes to color. You have is this pink? Is this red? Is this coral? Is this is it orange? You get that question mark. But this, there is no question. It's like bright pink, a true pink color. So if you're looking for a Birkin 30, there is a pop of color. We have that available. I have actually pinned up the product card. You can take a look at it, and it's definitely not at a pink price. Definitely not at a pink Epsom leather piece price. It's insane.
And it's got I'm just looking at it. It's got white stitching by the looks of it, has it?
Yes. So Rose Tyrian, right? If I'm not wrong, you sold a wallet, right? You sold a wallet yes. So Rose Tyrian in Epsom leather, regardless of whether is it candy or is it a single color, it all comes with that white contrast stitching. This is how you tell Rose Tyrian apart from something like a Rose Shocking. Rose Shocking is a close color to Rose Tyrian, but it's just slightly lighter, right? But this has got contrast stitching, so it's unmistakably Rose Tyrian. But if you have it in chef leather, if you have your wallet, it doesn't have contrast stitching. So if it's Epsom leather with Rose Tyrian, it will come with that contrast stitching. But if it's Rose Tyrian chef leather, then yes, it will come with a tone on tone stitching. So these are the permutations that we have.
I love the pink. It was my sister's birthday yesterday, and I'm like, so what do you get your sister that has everything? And I went with Barbie pajamas, and I even bought her a Barbie doll.
What? A Barbie doll?
She's like,
what's she going to do with it?
It had the Barbie doll with the two little puppy dogs, because she's got two dogs.
Oh.
And so I was like, it was a Barbie moment. I mean, we're all going Barbie crazy, aren't we? And I love the color. It's just a beautiful pop of color. And I'm actually on the website looking at that Birkin myself, going, oh my god, the color! I love the stitching on it.
Yes.
Wow.
So imagine a Birkin 30 with this colorway. It's just crazy, and the price is just so good for a new piece, like a Birkin 30 in this kind of collectible pink. Right, this is going to be crazy in the next couple of months when Barbie is the hot topic. Nothing epitomizes Barbie pink like Rose Tyrian for sure, right? So if you're considering,
I love the palladium hardware with the Rose Tyrian.
I know,
think
right?
Just the color combination is perfect.
I know, right? Somehow the palladium hardware makes it a very wearable combination. The gold might be a little bit much, I feel, right? So
yes,
this
I think it'd be too hard on the pink.
Yes, so this is perfect. So I have this, and I also have it in Birkin 30 in preparation for the Barbie craze that is coming right up. So there you go. These are the few.
It's so well priced.
Yeah.
So these are all featured pieces that we've just put on today's show. It's a fireside chat about Birkins, and as we all know, we heard the news overnight that unfortunately Jane Birkin passed away.
Yes.
But and you know, the timing of this was unbelievable because we planned this show just to be talking about Birkins, the sizes. We've been talking about the leathers as well, and the usage of it. So the Birkin, and there's not many Birkins around at the moment for I don't know for what reason, but we've got some beautiful featured bags today that Jens is showing us and the reasons why. So we don't have any. We're not talking about Kelly's today. So next week we'll be talking about Kelly's.
Yes,
I
will put a few mini Kellys in. Hopefully I can get some. Right, they have been flying off the shelves. It's just insane. Right, so I'll get some mini Kellys. I have a Kelly pochette, Kelly cards. We do have quite some options, yeah. So today is like a mini tribute to Jane Birkin, right, who has unfortunately passed on yesterday. So right now I do have this. Were you going to ask about this one?
Yes, it's a 25.
Yes, it's a 25.
Nice.
Right. So out of 10 Birkins that we get, I think only one is a 25, and our last 25 has gone to Trudy, who has just done that unboxing, right? So this is literally another piece that has got so much attention. It's just waiting for the right person to come along, right? So this is a piece that you know you don't need to sell it very hard. It will sell itself because it's got all that premium specs written all over it. Gold hardware, the hot color of the season, which is chai, a milk tea color, and a perfect condition, Togo leather. It just has all that right specs. Full set you get, full set. Everything as you would get in store. And if this you ask for in store, you will not get it. Not at this price for sure. Right? Because if you were to spend 1.5 times of what you pay in store, right? If you're lucky, you might get offered a 25, but no guarantee it's going to be a chai, right? You will at least be spending, right, well over that £20,000 mark. But right here, you're getting this instant gratification, full set, everything. Premium specs below £20,000, £18,900.
I think for that particular bag, you probably have to buy 2 complete dinner sets.
Well, I would say more actually. We have seen people walking away with bicycles, life-size horses, like life-size wooden horses, right? And things like that. So it really depends. It really depends on what they want you to buy. Right? So
insane. Absolutely insane.
Exactly. So this is a piece that is available right now. We don't have many Birkins, right, in stock right now. Right, so if you're looking for anything specific, please do WhatsApp or email, right, yen@luxurypromise.com, trudy@luxurypromise.com, or you can always WhatsApp us, okay? So right now, I'm going to pin up my, hang on. Yeah, I'm going to pin up this WhatsApp website. So you can actually copy and then paste it on your URL, paste it on your browser, and then it goes straight to my WhatsApp. So no need to save my number and things like that. So that's our Luxury Promise Singapore's number. You can WhatsApp us, like tell us exactly what you need. If it's that 4-bolt Birkin 20 that you're looking for, yes, we can get it, right? Not a problem. So let us know your specific ones. But today, those bags that I featured are literally going at really good prices.
Incredible prices.
Yeah, I know, right? So the prices are stupid.
Yes, illegal.
below retail, right? So
Yeah.
really great prices for some. So if you are going, if you're waiting to take that plunge on your first few items, first few Birkins, I mean your first workhorse Birkin, or you know your second little cute bag, today's the day.
I don't know. Look, I don't know. Look, like she knows. You know, these episodes, yes, we are talking about a specific topics. So today was all about the Birkin, and then next week will be all about the Kelly. It's a 7-part series. Last week, you can go back into the recordings. Last week was about the leathers used that are used in these bags. So every week we have a schedule, and we will be talking at this time every Monday. So this is episode 2 out of 7, and it will always be on about a specific topic about the Hermès bags. So please join us for the 7-week series of these bags, and Yen happens to find these amazing bags to feature in these shows. So you have an opportunity to basically shop. If I've got the website below, so you can shop immediately for these bags that are being featured. And as you heard Yen say, some of these bags are actually consignment bags that need to go back to the owners if they're not sold. The opportunity to find some of these bags are hard to come by, firstly, but to have them featured on the show, there's a reason why we feature certain bags. So trust us on that.
Okay, so Annette is saying, can I show the 2 Birkin 35s together? Sure, Annette. Let me just actually shift. I'm going to shift hang on, yeah. I'm just going to shift the website phone in front of, just give us a minute. So I am going to shift the phone so that Annette can have a clearer view of the 2 Birkin 35s. Ida is saying, yeah.
I know, yeah, right? It's so true. Like the fact that we can get these bags below retail, get the colour, the price, everything about it, the specs, it is illegal.
You know, I know some of you, I think, was it Nelsa? I think some of you guys, it's so sweet. You guys met up, went to Hermès together, had some fun, and you will know that it is crazy, right? You go into Hermès, the things that you have to buy, the things that you have to do in order to score a bag that you might not know if it's your choice. This might sound insane and far off, but it's really, really true. That's the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a game. In actual fact, guys, if you follow me on my Instagram, I just repinned a story from the Australian National News around these bags, and specifically Birkins. Actually, for some reason, it was all about the Birkins this weekend. Anyway, and it was literally an article about purchasing these bags and what you need to do, and why actually they're better than stocks. So it was a comparison about the stock market against the Birkins. It's a really interesting article. So have a look on my stories and read the article. I might have to repost it as a post on my feed, because it was really interesting that the Australian News actually was talking about these bags.
Yeah. So Annette, I hope you can see these are the 2 Birkin 35s that I have. Right, so I would think that if you already, it depends on what you already have and the kind of users you want, right? So if you want something that is like a workhorse, like an everyday bag, I would say that this Iban one is just insanely good. As you can see from Trudy's trusty black Birkin 35, you know, it has so much use. She had so much fun with it, so much use out of it. It's definitely cost per wear is definitely there, right? But if you are someone who wants a pop of color but yet the functionality as well, I would say this Ruby's piece is definitely a steal, right? So this is both of them are in very, very good leather. So Togo, which needs no explanation, it's one of the hottest leather around, most popular leather. But we have a very rare leather right here, Chef, which has that structure and also that durability of Togo. So if it's me, I would just think of the color. Don't think about the leather, all right? Because both leathers are perfect. And just think about the colorway. Which one will you get more use out of? Which one will you get more, which one matches your wardrobe or your lifestyle a bit more, right? I will consider that, Annette, because both are equally good price, equally good leather. They come with the same hardware. This will make your choice easier. And they both come with dust bag, lock key, closet. Nothing is missing. Corners nowhere. No other major wear at all for both pieces. You are getting them like really, really good. 9 out of 10 condition. So go ahead and just consider and shop with confidence there. Can assure you that they are both very good choices.
And even though this is a fireside chat, this is not a normal standard show that we normally do with Luxury Promise. Your customs and duties are still covered whilst we're on. So just note that the customs and duties are still covered while we do these fireside chat conversations.
So, which would you pick? I mean, if you don't have your Birkin 35, which one will you pick out these two actually?
Yen, it was so funny. It was so funny. While you were doing that, I loved both of them, and I was thinking, oh, I would split it because it sits under £20,000, and I would buy both.
Oh my gosh!
Like seriously, I was thinking, I wasn't going to say anything, but now you've asked me. I'm sitting back watching you, going, if I was someone trying to decide on both of those, I know the specs on them and I know that they're different leathers and different colours. The fact that it sits under £20,000, I was going to go, oh, I take both.
I love the way you think. I really do. I love the way you think, Trudy. So you see that coming from an accomplished accounts person, right? She has done her math. She's like, okay, below £20,000, let's get both, right? And split it. Why not? Right? So there you go. You have her answer. But so it's up to you. And Annette says she likes both too. So Annette, this is a 2010 piece and stem, and then we have this, which is a 2003 piece, which is a G stem piece, right? And actually, Annette, to narrow down the choices a little bit more, I'm going to tell you that if you like something a little bit more soft, a little bit softer, a little bit more of that luxurious, soft, slouchy feel, then get this one. All right, this is great. It's a Togo. It's in between the slouchiness of Epsom and Clermont's. But if you're like me, you like something a little bit more boxy, right? Something that stays in shape, right? Then this is the one, because it is a little bit more boxy in that sense, right? You can see the lines right here. No slouching, even though it's a 2003 bag. So it's gonna stay this way. Yeah. It's going to stay this way for a long time to come. So the structure is there. So there you go. This might help you, right? So the feel is very different. So think of something that you would wear, all right? For bags like these, for Birkin 35s, always think of always think of the wearability. Which one will you actually use? Because these are the bags that you can get good cost per wear with, right? So there you go. Hope it helps. Now, if you have any questions at all, you can always WhatsApp me, Annette, and then I will provide you with more details, photos, and I hope you get something, because you will be in the running to get a tennis bracelet, a diamond tennis bracelet. And if you are the only one, I'm just kidding. We will have so many more bags to come. You will not be the only one, but hey, you never know. So you are in the chance.
I'm just going to do a conversion again. Someone's just asking about what is it in. Hi Valerie. What it is in the currency. So give me a second, and I'm just going to.
Yes, I have it. So if you're talking about the Birkins, right? They are actually £8,990, both of them. Okay, I'll give you both at £8,990 each. That will work out to be around $11,780 US. $11,780 US, right? Slightly below that 12,000 US dollar mark, right? So these are, remember, below retail of what you would pay if you can get them in store. The chef leather one is just impossible. You cannot find that even if you want to, right? Because
I was going to say all the bags. All those bags are almost like literally impossible. So you've got one in chef leather, you've got a 25 in chai, you've got a Rubus in Togo Palladium 35 in pristine condition, you've got a Birkin 30 white gold hardware, and then you've got a Rose Tyrian. Like, yes. I'm telling you, the 5 bags you've got pinned on the website right now, I'm telling you, like, hello?
Whatever you are looking for is there, right? The choices are there, right? So literally a very very good pieces that you can select or select if you are looking for something that will, you know, investment worthy pieces for sure. All of them.
Yeah. Now, whilst we're on Birkin sizes, we haven't spoken much about the 40, and then I've actually seen, it was in Singapore, Hermès in Singapore in Marina Bay. They had this massive big Birkin, like it was seriously big, and I don't even know what size that was. Do you know what one I'm talking about? It was like this ginormous. Maybe it was just for decoration. I don't know, but I've not seen.
I think it's the. Is it the HAC?
Oh, could be.
It's taller. It's taller, like a travel size. Yeah, that's the HAC. Yeah.
So, do they make many of those? I'm not familiar with that one.
They do. They actually do. So we do have a lot of collectors looking for them. I think Joanna had one. It was sold, but Joanna had one that is very unique. It has embroidery around the corners and things like that. This is a HAC that I think it's more like I would say a men's size, more like a men's size.
Yeah. Right. Oh, so Valerie's seen one on an influencer, but you would use that more for traveling, right? Like an overnight bag?
Yes, that's right. But again, with these pieces, I would say it's more like for collectors, right? Or, you know, like you will use it for fashion and you will use it because you love it or it goes with your style. But if you really travel with it, right, it is heavy because the hardware is very big. If you take a close-up look, the hardware is very different. So for us over here, right, we have this we have the belt keep right here, which is so small. But on the HAC, it's literally a square big buckle on both sides. So the hardware itself is already heavy. So to ideally travel, I'm going to be honest here, to ideally travel with it is quite a stretch, a bit heavy. Yeah. So the guys can do it, but for us ladies, might be a little bit tough.
Yeah. Especially if it's long, because by the time you're holding it in your hand, you're going to be dragging it on the floor. I feel 6 foot tall, you know.
Yeah, HAC. Yeah, HAC is a little bit taller, much taller actually. Yeah. I want to say the full name, but I think I will butcher the French, so better not. I think it's called Haute or Courriers or something like that. Don't know how to pronounce it.
I know. Well, the French names sometimes they're hard to pronounce, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I just had one. So yeah, it's interesting. So was it too big in length or just overall too big either? I've never had one. I've not even seen one in real life. Like being able to manage one. This was the one I saw in Singapore was actually on display, so on one of those high shelves. So I couldn't even get the perspective of what was it going to be like against my body, and if it's that big, how much stuff do you put in it? And you'd almost have to put it on a trolley.
Yeah. Yeah. And the funny thing is, right? It usually comes in Clemons, which makes it a little bit heavier actually. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So when you put the HAC that you're talking about here, it will reach up to here. That's how big it is. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. I can see now what you're saying. It would be more of a male
Yes. It's heavy.
bag too.
Yeah, more the weight than anything. So Annette is asking me if there's any orange color. So Annette, if you're looking for orange, I do have Kelly 28 in orange. But if you're looking for a Birkin 35 in orange, I will have to source for you, right? But I don't have it right now. Okay, so you can always WhatsApp me. Right, Annette? I don't have an orange Birkin 35 with me. So for 35, I literally only have this two, right? At fantastic prices, right? So if I were to source anything, I can't guarantee the price.
Out of your pick today, what would be your pick out of all those out of those 5 bags?
I know. I think you know. I think you know. I think you know that I will pick the chef one. I will pick the Chef Birkin 35 because I love 35s. I love the sizing, right? I know it's definitely something that, being the Asian in me tells me that I have to make cost per wear, and that will have to be that one. So I thought that, you know, I would actually love the 25. I actually thought that, hey, you know what? I don't carry that much things with me actually. So why not I invest in the 25? And I think, trust me, I used it less than twice. Because, and sometimes whenever I have to switch it back to a work bag, which I understand what you mean, right? When you have to switch it back during the weekdays, it's just like, no, I cannot do this. So in the end, you just end up using the 35 all the time. So that would be my pick. And not only that, the chef leather you will never see again. That's it.
I know.
35.
I know. And that's why I'm in agreement with you, Yen, because I feel like, so firstly, if it's your very first Birkin, that would be an absolutely ideal first Birkin if you were going to in the market for your very first one. Because not only the size, but the leather, the chef leather, firstly, I don't think I've ever seen a chef leather. I think that's the first one I've seen in chef leather. And also the pricing of that is insane. So I'm actually in agreement with you on, out of the 5 bags, that 35 in chef leather is like, I'm thinking the same as you.
No, Trudy, you lie. You will take both.
Oh yeah, I know. But if it was my first one, if it was my first
yes.
Birkin 35,
Yes.
So most people will go with safe colours first, and then you get used to that, and then you can go colours, right?
Yes.
So I always say, if it's your very first Birkin, go with your safe colours first, get used to using the bag, get used to having one of these bags, and then go your pop of colours. So you just need to break some of those barriers, because even your first Birkin, you're gonna treat it like be so precious around it, and that anxiety around it. But I think when you've got something that's in the safe zone, you would use it, love it, and then you'd feel comfortable, and then you'd go into your colours.
Yeah, and chef leather really does. You know, you can use it. You not to be rough with it, but you know, you can safely use it, love it, and not having to worry so much about the leather, because it is a very durable leather. Like I said, it develops a patina which makes it literally waterproof, right?
Yeah.
So Annette is saying that she wants to see the Kelly. So this is the orange Kelly, right? So against the red, if you're considering the red Birkin, you can see that this is definitely a pop of color. So this over here, as compared to the orange, this will be more muted. So it really depends on what kind of colors you are looking for. So Annette, this is the orange poppy that I have, orange color with gold hardware. So it's like a very bright orange. This is a Kelly 28, okay, Kelly 28. So if you want this, I can give it for you. I can give it to you today at £12,990, right, for a 28. okay, with its hardware sealed, no signs of wear at all. It's in a like new condition. Comes with its dust bag, lock key, clochette, everything in it, right? 12,990 pounds for you.
Okay. Yeah, it's over. We're just over 2 hours now. So
Yes.
see what guys, we can talk bags. We can talk Hermès bags well past the 2 hour mark. I think last week we were on for 3 hours, and we're only meant to be on for 2 hours. So
it's so funny. Today I was just telling Trudy, you know, just in case we don't have anything to talk about, should I go on to authentication? And she was like, no, we can talk for 3 hours. And she's right.
There is plenty. Yeah, there is plenty to talk about these bags. And, you know, I think there is so much to talk about. And it's because they're like, you know, the colours, the leathers, the size used, there's so much about these bags. And it's all about educating, training, finding some research for you guys. You go to your, did someone say, like, help support desk for Hermès? You know, and I think that when you're going to purchase these bags, it's really nice to understand why we say what we say about these bags. You know, understanding the reasons why we're saying you purchase this particular bag for this reason, or the rarity of this. It's actually really nice that you guys can learn about these bags during the time of a sort of experimenting or experiencing these bags that normally you don't see, because you don't get offered these bags in Hermès unless you know, spend and put a profile up and all of this stuff. So yes. What's Ida saying? All right. Ida, I think you need to get your B35s out.
Yes, for sure. Get it out. Use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. It's your, you know, use them for work. That's what I use. Like, just maybe don't pack it as much as I do, because my husband goes, when I pass it to my husband, if you know, if I need my hands free, he's like, what have you got in this bag? Seriously.
It's like yes. Tons of bricks inside.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
That might fit into.
Yes. Oh dear. Anyway. All
okay.
Right. Well, is there any other questions, guys? Otherwise, we'll love you and leave you. And so next week we will be talking about all things Kelly bags, as what we did today with Birkins. We will go through all the Kellys with you, and this is of course series 2 of a 7-part series. So and she uses her B30.
Yes.
Have you got a Rose Tyrion Barbie? Because there it is on in.
I think she has a Kelly 20 that's very, very close. I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you so much, Trudy. I've had so much fun, as usual.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right. See you.
It's been a great show. All right. See you.
Annette, very hard to pick. Right, Annette, not to worry. You can always let me know what you want which one you are looking for. If you need any close-up look or you need any other information, Annette, you can let me know. Now, if you want to see the colors together, yeah, you can always do that. So it depends on the color that you like, Annette. Which one will you use more? Now, with the Kelly 28, it's very different. It depends on your lifestyle, but if you're looking for workhorse bags, then these 2 sizes are the ones that you will use very, very often. But if you're looking for something that will, you don't need to carry a laptop around, or you don't need to use, carry a lot of files or things like that, this is actually a good everyday size as well. You can put quite a fair bit inside. You'll be able to put long wallets, 2 phones, right? A small makeup pouch for sure. So There you go. This is the Kelly 28. Yeah, which is a very special price for you. Now then you have this too. So it's up to you, Annette, if you need any more time. Or any help. If you need any other information, close-up pictures, you know my number, so you can always just WhatsApp us, and I will be able to help you. All right, so if not, then I will have to log off here, so let me know, and just WhatsApp me. Feel free to contact me, and my next show will be on Thursday, so if you want to purchase anything with customs and duties covered, you can always let me know. I can send you an invoice. All right, sure, of course. Annette, you can email me yen@luxurypromise.com. All right, so great to have you and two other people right here. All right, so I'll see you guys on Thursday, right? Email me, Annette. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Bye.